Alright guys, so welcome back to my review of Rogue One. I hope you all got a chance to see the movie, because this is the spoiler talk review video. I'll be talking about the whole of Rogue One, the whole film. This is all of the scenes in Rogue One as I can talk about. I'll talk them as best as I can, the whole film of Rogue One. The whole film, Rogue One. The whole of Rogue One. Alright, because I hope you all got a chance to see it. I'm talking about the whole film now, guys. So, if you have not seen Rogue One, please do not watch this video. Please do not spoil it for yourself. I know people don't give a shit about spoilers, but to be honest, I find it immature to spoil things for yourself, but anyways. So, you guys have been warned, let's talk about it. Now, as you all saw my spoiler-free review, you know I really did enjoy the movie. I did think it could have been a lot better. A couple characters I thought were lacking, and there was pacing I thought could be improved. But walking out of this film, I've now seen it a second time. Now, I understand. I've now loved this film, guys. Yeah, I've changed my opinion now. My opinions has gone up. Rogue One is especially it's not just this film. Any film in general you can watch and they can get better and better. And Rogue One, a Star Wars story, without a doubt, was the movie of the year for me. Now, you'll see how it ranks on the list. I'm not telling you where it ranks. I just can't tell you. You'll have to find out. Alright, into the movie now. So, we open the film with the Lucasfilm. Then we have a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And then after that, we get a very nice shot, actually. But then some fans would be like, okay, there's no opening crawl for Rogue One. Maybe because it's kind of the same story to Rogue One, only it's just leading up to A New Hope. It's the same story as A New Hope, only it's leading up to that movie. But to be honest, I actually didn't have a problem I honestly didn't have a problem how it didn't have an opening crawl, to be honest. Because maybe this is the thing, maybe they're only just keeping the opening crawls to happen in the episode Star Wars movies like The Force Awakens and all the other films in the saga. While in anthology spin-off movies, I'm not that bothered about it, I'm fine. But at least they're good. But then we get a really nice shot of a planet. And then we see the shuttle. A very nice shot of the shuttle, actually. And I get very nice character scene of young Jyn Erso, who's the main character in the movie, the main character of the Rogue One characters. If being honest, I know it's nuts to say this. To be honest, I actually thought she was better than Rey. Come on, she was so damn hot. I loved her in this movie. Well, even though I feel like Daisy Ridley is a better actress, but I feel like so far in the Star Wars series, Jyn Erso is a better character, because I thought she was well done in the movie, which I'll talk about later on. And you also get to see Jyn Erso's father, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, who's a brilliant actor. He was in Casino Royale, my favourite Bond film. and he was in Doctor Strange, who was one of the better villains in the cinematic universe of Marvel, because they all don't have good villains. Many of the films don't have good villains. One of the better ones, it wasn't a great villain in Doctor Strange, but you know, who cares? In this movie, I thought it was actually quite good. But in a few scenes he actually has, which I'll talk about in a minute, Mads Mikkelsen, I thought, was pretty good in the movie. You know, Jenna, so his mother, gets killed, and then Jenna, so is trying to run away and get saved by someone. And then the film is titled Rogue One. It doesn't say Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It just says Rogue One, the title, just going backward. Imagine if we had an opening crawl to Rogue One and it said Star Wars, then it had Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Or imagine if it said Rogue One coming back in an opening crawl and then you had a Star Wars story. That would be pretty weird. Anyways, onto the film. Now Jyn Erso is older, and then we're also introduced to Cassian, who I forgot to mention. I thought he was actually pretty good in the movie. He was a bit of a badass in some scenes, but I'll get to those in a minute. His character was great. He's just discovering, walking through places, and there's stormtroopers about. And later on in the movie, it leads to one of my favourite scenes in the movie, where we're introduced by K2SO, who is either this character or Donnie Yen as my favourite character for the Rogue One characters. I love the scene where Jyn Erso shoots another version of him, but then K2SO comes in and was like, that wasn't me, but I can't remember the line because I re-saw this movie yesterday actually, and I don't remember what he said, but for what I remember, it was a pretty funny scene. And I feel like some Star Wars movies need some humour in there. I don't think humour is a bad thing for the Star Wars movies, actually. I do enjoy the humour in there, actually. I thought the humour was ever so slightly better than Rogue One's humour, but The Force Awakens humour, sorry. But that's just me, anyway. And we get this badass scene with Donnie Yen fighting all these stormtroopers, and oh my god, it's good. It was good. That scene, just taking out the stormtroopers. Badass scene. Now, there were two characters in this movie that had some CGI original look, and I'll get to one character in a minute. I'm talking about one character for now, and now we get to the Empire scenes with Krennic and all the other stormtroopers, and the other, like, commander suit, grey suits, whatever they're called. Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't actually have a problem having in the movie, to be honest. I mean, the CGI is kind of not perfect, but if being honest, I actually didn't have a problem with seeing him in the movie. As I said in my spoiler-free review, I wasn't a fan of Krennic. I just thought his character just, I mean, the actor itself is not bad. I thought he's actually a good actor, actually. But as a character, he's a good villain, don't get me wrong. There are some things that I do like about it, which I'll get to in a minute. I'm going to talk about next scene, then I'll get to another scene in a minute. We also get the scene where Jyn Erso's father dies in the scene. Yeah, it was pretty emotional, that scene. And then, oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I love the visual effects whenever the planets are getting destroyed and where people are dying. Yeah, the Rogue One characters die in this movie. And I'll talk about that later on in the movie, because there are some deaths that I thought were handled quite well, and some deaths that I thought were kind of lacking. But, you know. There was a guy who had grey hair and it was black. I have no idea who that guy was. To be honest, I didn't really care for his character, to be honest. Which now leads to one of my absolute favourite scenes in this movie. Where Krennic goes off and meets his own Emperor. Which is Darth Vader. And Darth Vader's like Director Krennic. And Krennic is like Lord Vader, and then they just talk to each other about what's going on. And I love this moment where Darth Vader says to him before he leaves, "Try not to choke on yourself," whatever. I don't remember the line, but I remember. I love when this happens. When he does that to Vader, it's awesome. Then that's the scene finished. One of my favourite scenes was Darth Vader's first scene in the movie. I know Darth Vader isn't in it much, but hey. I thought it was a great scene. Ah, damn great. And there's a scene which I'm going to mention later on, which is even bigger. And now we get to the really awesome, the really awesome third act. And before that, we get a call, Rogue One. I love that reference from the trailer. And then they just go off, and then they fight all these stormtroopers and these AT-AT walkers. They're back. I like how they're weaker in Rogue One, because in The Empire Strikes Back, it looks like they're reconstructed. They're like bigger and better in The Empire Strikes Back. While in Rogue One, it's AT-AT walkers were kind of weaker, but it was still great to see the AT-AT walkers back. I loved seeing them back. And then we get all these other characters. Jenna, so Cassian, K2SO, and Donnie Yen's character. And then they all in this brilliant third act. Amazing third act. And Jyn Erso and Captain Cassian are trying to wear Clovian clothes to represent the Empire team, and then they go off to this thing where it tries to destroy the planet. But I was a bit disappointed when K2SO died. But if being honest, I honestly didn't have a problem with that. I still enjoyed his character nonetheless. His character was brilliant. Then it leads to a really good scene where Jyn Erso and Captain Cassian are going off. They're trying to get to the very top of this building, and Krennic tries to capture them, and Jyn Erso is the first one to get up to the top, and it was great, to be honest. And Donnie Yen's death, I thought was handled quite well, actually. Then we get Krennic up, and Krennic is like, "Who are you?" And then Jyn Erso said as her name, Jyn Erso, and then Cassian is back and he shoots and he kills Krennic. Well, the Death Star kind of killed him as well, actually. It was a pretty weak death scene, I thought. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Krennic's look. I love his costume, Krennic. I appreciate him a bit more now, actually. I didn't think it was terrible when I first saw him. I just find him a bit average. Not mediocre, but a bit average. But his character I thought was a bit better. I would say he's a good villain, but I wouldn't say he's like an, oh my god, he's like Darth Vader or Kylo Ren or the Emperor. No, not like that. And then we get Darth Vader watching the Death Star destroying the planet, and then all the Rogue One characters die. The planet is destroyed. So, and then leads on to this. Oh my god. Alrighty guys, that was my spoiler talk on Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So comment down below, let me know what your favourite scene in this movie was. Let me know below. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, if you've not seen Rogue One and you've watched this whole video, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Why do you want to know what happens before you see a movie? Come on, you get to see a movie before you know what happens. Sorry. But anyways, comment down below, let me know who your favourite character in Rogue One was, out of the Rogue One characters. And comment down below, let me know what your favourite scene in this movie is. Let me know below. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe. Click right here. And as always, until my next video, I will see you guys next time. And peace, and may the Force be with you always.